Welcome back to the Calyx Growing Things Gardens. In this video, we will bring you an update on a few of the recent demonstrations we did. Plant combinations about 3 months ago, and the plants are looking lovely, and we thought we will show that to you. We also did a video on Alocasia Poly 4 months ago, and she's done a lot since then. The Amaryllis, or longest standing demonstration of how to rebloom Amaryllis and how to expand Amaryllis, we'll bring you an update on that. So stay tuned. Let us start with Alocasia Poly. This is a short segment of the video we did 4 months ago called How to Rejuvenate Alocasia Poly. If you missed this video, we invite you to check it out. And here is the Alocasia Poly 4 months after we repotted her. During that time, it has sent up 4 younger leaves. All these, the lower vegetation here is what emerged after we repotted it. We placed the poly indoors in what is considered a medium light location. We kept her there for the whole time and there was absolutely no problems. We watered her whenever she felt dry to the touch, on average once a week or so. She got only 1 dose of fertilizer, the 2020-20 foliar at half strength, and that was approximately 2 months after we had placed her indoors. Where she's placed, it's in a corner, so we do attempt to rotate it so that it gets a more even orientation, but I must admit, if you see, most of the leaves are to one side, and the answer to that in due course is to coat it so you get a fuller look, especially if you want to change it from that corner location. So this poly, we're showing you that the leaves are all healthy. We saw one evidence of what could be improper watering at some point, just a little browning. It's still a pretty leaf. I'm not removing it at this time. But all in all, we're quite happy with the Alocasia and how it has done in the medium light location indoors. We had 2 or 3 bits and pieces left back from the trimming, the root cuttings we had taken, and they too, we just put them in a pot. During the period of time, they've produced young shoots, and we have a follow-up plant. Next, let us look at the plant arrangements, which were done 3 months ago. And here are the plant arrangements we had done somewhere in December, closer to Christmas, to give you an idea of how you can utilize what you have to make plant gifts. And we encourage you to look at that video. So here we've arranged the 3 pots in ascending order of light requirements. This one to my left is the lowest light requirement indoors. This, the middle one is medium light location indoors. And this one to my right requires the brightest light, and we did say it is preferable if you can. If you don't have a bright location indoors, it's best to keep it on a patio or somewhere that gets filtered light. So after 3 months, let us reveal how they fared when I put them in their respective locations. The low light combination, to my mind, looks really nice. It's lush. The Spathiphyllum actually bloomed within 6 weeks of us putting it indoors. And the indoor location we placed it was about 8 feet from the west-facing window, where it got no direct sunlight at all. But Spathiphyllum and the various aglaonemas are well adapted to low light conditions indoors. Of the aglaonemas, we had 3 species. This one has really grown a lot. And the one with the brighter color, the reddish coloration, didn't fare well at all. But you're hardly missing it because the others have grown so well. Okay, so the experience with this plant combination over a 3-month period inside really does confirm that plants with a brighter, more colorful foliage really do require or do their best on the brighter light conditions. But what we have here, we're willing to take it. I'm sure that these are going to continue looking well. We're happy with the spathiphyllum, which has doubled in size during the time and is quite happy indoors. Plus the fragrance of the spathiphyllum is another bonus. Moving on to the plant combination that requires a medium light condition indoors. Do you recall the centerpiece of this combination was the anthurium, which kept its bloom for about 8 weeks. It's been 3 months since. It's been 12 weeks. So we are expecting another bloom to come up soon, but the anthurium itself is healthy. The leaves are nice and green, no maleffects from being inside. So the begonias have done very well indoors in the location I put it, medium light. They haven't started the expansion phase, but neither did they go into any drooping, so I expect that they will continue their growth. Initially, we had placed a lovely succulent plant as the third item, but unfortunately, it did not survive. Since succulents require less water, they were actually overwatered. And I guess that is the main reason why they did not survive. But what is left here as they grow will make quite a good lush combination, but it might take a little while longer than originally planned. Moving to the bright light combination of sansevieria, peperomias, begonias, and dracaenas, everything did well. It's a lush combination. The sansevieria, we had put this in under a trellis, which gets filtered light throughout the day, and the color scheme really has been well developed at this point. What I didn't quite expect is the begonias growing rather taller than the dracaenas at this time. But give it time, and the dracaena, which was intended to be the tallest item in this combination, it will achieve that position. But just to give you an idea of what we're really looking at, let me just temporarily plant a taller segment of the dracaena. But recall when we started the combination, we had put in an unrooted cutting of the dracaena. So the fact that it's well rooted now, you tug it, it's very well rooted into the pot, as are all the other plants. But just for effect, to give you an idea of what we're aiming for in about 3 to 4 months, this is what this combination of plants would look like, with the dracaena being the taller item. So once it's filled out, this is what we expect to see. Amaryllis has turned out to be my favorite discovery here in the garden. Since the first video we did 5 months ago, my interest has really deepened, and we're hoping that some of you have also gotten to love this spectacular, beautiful specimen. So our Amaryllis expansion scheme is going really, really well. We had given you an update in December where we gave you the results of the dark treatment, the forcing of the bulbs, and we just play a little clip of that to remind you. Well, I'm really happy to report that those bulbs that started blooming in mid-December, they've continued blooming up to this point. This one in front of me, most have sent up 2 flower stalks. This one, there's a flower stalk that had finished blooming out. This is the second flower stalk, and you see most of them have opened up, leaving just 2 flowers. And from the time a flower stalk comes up and starts to open up, it stays in bloom for about 3 weeks. So that's something of a bonus. This combination plant, 3 plants in a container, has not been out of bloom. This is the first bloom on this bulb, just about to open up. So you would say that it's been a little later than the others. The one in the middle This one is just about to finish. One on the end, second bloom, second flowering stalk emerging. This one, let me just turn it around and show you. Easier to turn it around. Okay. The first flower stalk had finished blooming a while, about 3 weeks ago. And what I'm doing now is trying to keep the seed pods, have them develop and dry. And from that, hope to do some seed propagation. So that should be something interesting to look out for. This entire combination, it would appear, that will keep blooming for quite a while. And that's the beauty of forcing Amaryllis and scheduling the blooming of the Amaryllis bulb. And given our level of interest in Amaryllis and the extent of success to date, we have continued our work with trying to establish exactly the methods for forcing, the level of shade that is required or dark treatment, and exact timing when the blooms will emerge. These last two were given a 6-week dark treatment, and right on schedule they started to bloom. So these will come in time for Easter. We'll continue our monitoring of these demonstrations, and we'll be happy to bring you further updates as they occur. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. Give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the Calyx channel. The next video next week is part 2 of the backyard gardening, how to grow your crops in containers. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss that. So until next week, this is Thelma from the Calyx Growing Things Garden saying bye-bye.